The space station was a tomb of twisted metal and shattered dreams. Miguel Santos picked through the wreckage, searching for salvage worth selling, when he heard it, a sound like crystalline wind chimes breaking with sobs. He rounded a collapsed bulkhead and froze. A small alien child, no bigger than a human toddler, trapped under debris. Translucent blue armor plates. Multifaceted eyes leaking bioluminescent tears. Clutching a broken toy. Khar'eth. The species that left no survivors. Miguel's scanner screamed a warning. Warships incoming, 4 minutes. He could run. He should run. His hand reached for the debris instead. Miguel Santos lived with ghosts. His younger brother died in a house fire 20 years ago while Miguel stood outside, paralyzed by fear, unable to go back in. That frozen moment defined him, drove him into salvage work in the contested zone where danger was constant and hesitation meant death. He'd spent 2 decades trying to prove he wasn't a coward. The child before him was Khar'eth, the species humanity feared most. 7-foot warriors with crystalline exoskeletons, ruthless in battle, merciless to enemies. Their cultural protocols were absolute. Protect the young at all costs, annihilate anyone who threatened them. The wrecked station around Miguel was their doing, a raid gone wrong. The child's hover toy sparked weakly, projecting fractured holograms. For the Khar'eth, who communicated through bioluminescent patterns, such devices were more than toys, they were comfort, connection, memory. 3 minutes until the fleet arrived. Miguel's ship was ready. 30 seconds to escape? He knelt beside the child instead. The debris pinning the small Khar'eth was manageable with his exogloves. Miguel lifted it carefully, and the child scrambled free, immediately clutching the dying toy and wailing louder. Miguel scanned quickly, no major injuries, just terror. The toy was another matter. Khar'eth biotech, partially organic, its synaptic nodes failing. The child pressed it desperately, trying to summon the holograms, but only sparks emerged. Miguel's engineer mind engaged. 2 minutes. He pulled out his repair kit, hands moving with practiced efficiency. The child watched him with enormous compound eyes, its wailing subsiding to hiccups. Miguel interfaced his scanner with the toy's biocircuits, identifying damaged nodes. He had parts that might work, not perfect, but functional. The child reached out, touching Miguel's hand with one small claw. Not aggressive. Seeking comfort. Miguel thought of his brother, of paralysis, of chances lost. He kept working. 1 minute. Atmospheric entry thunder built overhead. The child pressed against his leg. 30 seconds. Miguel made the final connection. The toy blazed to life, projecting soft geometric holograms. The child gasped, a sound like wind chimes, and clutched it, distress finally easing. 10 seconds. Miguel looked at his ship, knowing he wouldn't make it, knowing what came next. He didn't run. He stayed, one hand on the child's shoulder. Khar'eth warriors materialized like crystalline nightmares. 7 feet tall, armor refracting light into deadly rainbows, weapons charged. 5 of them, surrounding Miguel with predatory precision. He didn't reach for his weapon. Wouldn't matter. The lead warrior was massive scarred armor, eyes glowing with barely contained violence. It moved toward Miguel, each step deliberate. Death approaching with certainty. Miguel thought of his brother. At least this time he didn't run. The child chirped high and musical rushing to the lead warrior, who dropped to one knee. The child chattered in clicks and light pulses, holding up the repaired toy. Holograms danced between them. The warrior's eyes shifted. Miguel, toy, child. Long silence. Then it stood and approached Miguel. Every instinct screamed retreat. Miguel held his ground. The warrior extended one clawed hand. Not to strike. A gesture. Miguel didn't understand. The warrior tried again, touching its chest, pointing at Miguel, then the child. A question. Miguel found his voice. The toy was broken. I fixed it. The translator crackled. You stayed. With enemy child. When fleet came. An observation heavy with meaning. It was scared, Miguel said. And hurt. I couldn't leave. The warrior made a sound deep, resonant, between growl and hum. The others relaxed slightly. Khar'eth law is absolute. Those who harm our young face extinction. Those who show mercy. Remembered. Miguel didn't understand. Remembered? The child chirped again, pressing against the warrior's leg, clutching the glowing toy. The warrior looked down with unmistakable affection. You face death to comfort tears. To fix small joy. This is not warrior behavior. This is parent behavior. Protector. Khar'eth honor this. A gesture. The others struck their chests in unison, a salute given only to the highest commanders. You are marked Khar'da'eth. Protected one. No Khar'eth will harm you. Any who threaten you face our fleet. Miguel struggled to process. Because I fixed a toy? The warrior's eyes pulsed. Because you saw a child, not enemy. Because you chose mercy when death circled. Because you did not run. The warrior was Commander Threshik, the child's father. The child Silith. The toy was crafted by its mother, killed in this battle. For the Khar'eth, such objects carried ancestral memory sacred, irreplaceable. Miguel's crude repair preserved something precious beyond measure. Threshik explained the Khar'eth valued protection of young above all else. Miguel had demonstrated their civilization's core virtue. Threshik offered a transponder marking Miguel as fleet protected or a consulting position maintaining their biotech. Miguel looked at Silith, whose toy now projected a crude hologram of Miguel himself. The child's way of remembering. He thought of his brother, of fear, of years seeking redemption. This felt like absolution. He accepted. Not for money. Because it mattered. Because his brother would be proud. As Miguel's ship departed, Threshik's words echoed. You will be known among my people, Miguel Santos. The human who fixed hope. Months later, Miguel worked regularly with the fleet, his reputation spreading across the zone. How did a human earn Khar'eth protection? The truth was simple and profound. He showed kindness when the universe expected him to flee. The Khar'eth weren't merciless, they were protective to extremes. Their ruthless reputation came from defending their young with overwhelming force. Miguel became a bridge between species, helping negotiate the first human Khar'eth treaty, arguing both species shared core values, protecting the vulnerable, prioritizing family, facing danger for the defenseless. Silith grew, the hybrid toy still functional Khar'eth biotech and human engineering combined. Miguel received holographic messages showing Silith playing, the toy always present. He thought of his brother less painfully now. Guilt remained but was balanced by purpose, by knowing one choice to stay instead of flee changed everything. Sometimes heroism is simply refusing to abandon the frightened.